My beloved child, unseen forces are gathering at your door right now. Forces that seek to steal the miracle I have sown deep in your soul. In the next moments, you will learn how a single act of obedience will shatter every hidden snare and ignite a river of healing that flows through your entire family. Do not look away, for hesitation now could cost you the destiny I crafted before time began. Stay with me, and I will unveil the secret that turns your weakest moment into the spark of an unending legacy of hope. This is the hour of awakening. Will you answer my call? I have chosen to start with you, not because you are flawless, but because you are willing. Not because you are strong, but because you know how to surrender. In a world filled with rejection, I see in you a heart that listens, a soul yearning for truth, for the sacred, for what belongs to heaven. I begin with you because you are the spark of change destined for your entire lineage. You are the fertile soil where I plant the seed of hope. You are the first light rising in a night that seemed unending. You are not just a receiver. You are the place I have chosen to begin. You are the vessel through which I will demonstrate my eternal faithfulness. Every word you speak, led by the Holy Spirit, will become sweet water, quenching the long-standing thirst in your family's hearts. The hands you place on your loved one's wounds will become instruments of healing, not by your strength, but because I am working through you. Your eyes, when they see through my gaze, will soften hearts hardened like stone. And the love quietly burning within you, when ignited by the holy fire of my Spirit, will become a flame powerful enough to warm a generation left cold by abandonment. I am shaping you into an instrument of grace, not to be displayed on an altar, but to be wielded in real battles, vibrant, living, formed by faith and obedience. Through you, prayers whispered years ago in darkness, in tears, and in solitude will begin to be answered. Do you not realize you are the answer to the cries of your grandmother, your mother, perhaps even your father? It is no accident that you were born into this lineage. It is no chance that you are here now. I have waited for you, and now, as you are ready, I will do what only I can do. You are the seed I planted with my own hand. That seed was once buried in soil of misunderstanding, trampled by seasons of drought, forgotten in darkness. But my child, I never forget any seed I sow. I have watered it with your tears, kept it warm with the fragile faith you clung to in despair. And now I declare, the season of sprouting has come. From you will rise a new tree of life, not shaped by human will, but nurtured by the Spirit. Rooted in my word and bearing fruit for generations to come. The blessing I am about to pour out will surpass anything your family has known. It will not be merely material provision or easier circumstances. It will be healing at the deepest level. The wounds that bled in silence, the misunderstandings that became walls, the distances that quenched genuine joy. I will walk through every room in your home. I will touch every untold story. I will restore bonds thought broken beyond repair. And all I do will be by the unchanging love of a father who never gives up, not by pressure or demand. My beloved child, do not doubt. Though this process begins with you, others may not yet see, understand, or be ready. That is precisely why I have entrusted this to you. I see the tenderness of your heart, your longing to live fully aligned with my will. And it is that longing that opens the door through which heaven intervenes. It does not require your entire household to step at once. Just one holy life rising is enough for me to pour blessings on the whole home. One life wholly surrendered, a living offering, is sufficient for me to ignite restoration through your entire lineage. The love I reveal will not be expressed only in words or ideas, but in living, tangible acts. Each time you forgive without an apology, each embrace given without being asked, each silent blessing whispered over someone who once hurt you, these hidden acts, joined with my power, become a stream of miracles. And through that stream, joy will return, not fleeting happiness, but lasting joy born of reconciliation, truth, and my abiding presence. My precious child, What I am doing goes beyond changing circumstances. I am transforming essence. I am not just pulling your family out of shadows, I am turning them into light itself. And you, my beloved, are the first flame. Guard it with steady prayer, unwavering obedience, and unconditional love. That flame, held by faithfulness, will never go out. It will pass on to others, to future generations. One day, you will look back and see that everything God began started on a night when I chose to listen, and He chose to move. My dearly loved one, the love I pour into your soul is not meant to be hidden like a treasure, but to flow like a stream, soaking the dry ground around you, especially the soil where your family stands. This love is not merely a warm feeling, it is life, vibrant, powerful, healing. I did not give it just for you to feel, but for you to extend it as my outstretched arm into the home where I have purposefully placed you, because those closest to your heart are the ones most in need of my touch, and you are the chosen vessel through whom I will begin this work. Look at them, child, not through the weary, disappointed eyes you've grown used to, but through the renewed vision of the love I placed within you. Look again at your parents. Even if they hurt or misunderstood you, they fight unseen battles and carry burdens rarely spoken. Look at your siblings, your children, your spouse, or those you live with. Those so close that sometimes you forget they need love shown deliberately through visible acts. Be a living testimony of forgiveness, grace, and hope that never fades. Do not wait for grand words. Sometimes a gentle whisper, "I love you, Mom, I'm here, brother, I'm praying for you," can shatter years of silence. Let your heart prove love needs no eloquence to be real. It lives in tender gestures, warm glances, your choice to stay when others leave, your patience when no one responds. Come near. Lay hands gently on their heads when you pray, not with pomp or many words, but with sincerity and the authority of the one in whom love resides. When you do, I will act. When you bless, heaven records and sanctifies every word. Your silent prayers and quiet tears will not vanish. They become rivers of healing. Because when love is offered in faith, it never returns void. Prioritize them, my child. In a world full of distractions, endless tasks, and noise, give your greatest gift, your presence, to those who share your daily life. Not with costly gifts or eloquence, but through quiet, sacred moments of authenticity. A shared meal, a phone-free evening filled with laughter and understanding, silence long enough for another to feel truly seen, heard, and unconditionally loved. These are the seeds of enduring love. Love is not a lofty, distant ideal. It is found in moments when you put down work to embrace family, when you hold back harsh words to forgive, when you humble yourself to wash the feet of those who hurt you, not for praise but for healing. This is how I love, and you were created in that image, a reflection of my heart on earth. Do not forget, no one stands beside you by accident. Every person in your life is part of a divine design crafted long before you knew their name. And in that design, you are key. I chose you to carry light into darkness. The past may have left wounds, gaps too deep to name. But I, the Lord your God, am still doing something new, beautiful, redemptive. And that new thing begins not with them, but with you. When you choose to be the first to love, to pray, to lay down pride, to reach across silence, that is when the miracle unfolds, and you will witness it. Strained relationships restored, hardened hearts softened, cold distances thawed. Not because the path is easy, but because the love I pour into you is strong enough to endure hardship. You will see joy return to homes once tense, peace rise where anger and doubt lingered. And you will know with holy certainty that it began the moment you allowed me to love others through you. Do not let busyness steal the sacred beauty of presence. One day, you will measure life not by accomplishments, but by moments loved truly, slowly, deeply. Plant quiet seeds of love daily in how you look, speak, bless, and you will harvest a season of healing and unbreakable connection. You are the first candle I lit, and from you I long to spread the flame. Let love not only be received but become the legacy you leave. A legacy untouched by time or seasons, enduring from generation to generation because it was born of me and carried by you. So, my beloved child, do not wait for perfect timing. Love today. Pray now. Become the clearest reflection of my love, not through perfection, but through honest compassion and unwavering faithfulness. And as you do, heaven smiles, for my eternal love finds a home in a soul who chooses to give. That soul, your soul, becomes a living miracle for the family I have entrusted to your care, a testament of divine love on earth. My beloved child, if you truly expect a miracle to flow through you into your family, the first step is not trying to change others, but allowing me to transform your own heart. Let my love wash away every speck of rust clinging to old, painful memories. Let my light shine into the hidden corners where you have tucked away anger, disappointment, or sorrow. Those places you've long avoided facing. I understand some wounds run so deep that even hearing a certain family member's name causes your heart to ache. But it is there, in that tender, fragile place, where I desire to begin true healing. Take a quiet moment to remember your parents, those who, despite their flaws, raised you with all they had. Maybe they said things that hurt you. Maybe they were absent when you needed them most. Yet they brought you to where you are today. Think back to when you were small, wrapped in their arms, even if only in distant memory, and let that tiny spark of gratitude ignite the flame of forgiveness. Now, think of your siblings, those who grew up under the same roof, who once laughed, fought, and dreamed beside you. Time and misunderstanding may have dulled that connection. Perhaps each now lives a separate life, and even small conversations feel strained. But I am calling you to be the one who opens that door again. A simple message, a brief phone call, an invitation to share a meal. These small acts hold enough power to replant seeds of family love long dormant. And then, my child, look to your own children or the spiritual sons and daughters I have entrusted to you. They need you, not only as a caretaker, but as a living testimony of forgiveness and unconditional love. Don't just teach with words, teach with your life. Show patience through their mistakes. Model humility by admitting when you are wrong. Let them see peace within you, even amid chaos. Some family members may seem distant, not just physically, but in spirit. It may be a bitter argument without closure or lingering misunderstandings left unspoken. But today, I say, offer forgiveness, not because they deserve it, but because you need freedom. Forgiveness does not deny pain. It places that pain into my hands, the hands of the righteous judge, so I may deal with it in eternal wisdom. When you forgive, you open the door for me to step in and bring healing where you cannot reach. Reach out, not with blame or expectation, but with kindness. A gentle greeting, a thoughtful gesture, a silent listening without interruption. These small acts carry immense power to restore. When you act this way, you are not merely mending broken ties, you are inviting me into your family's heart. And I never refuse such an invitation. I will enter tenderly and mightily, beginning to melt even the coldest hearts. You will see, like a garden slowly revived by water from love's well, your family will bloom again, not overnight, but gradually. New buds will appear. Family meals will be filled with laughter. Dry conversations will grow warm. Closed hearts will open. The atmosphere will shift, softer, lighter, as if something sacred has taken residence. That presence is me. When you pray, do not offer hollow words. Pray with full faith. Call each family member by name, not just to bless, but to begin seeing them through my compassionate eyes. Pray for those who hurt you, not for their change, but so that you may be transformed by my love. Praying this way draws you near to me and rebuilds walls, stone by stone, with mercy, hope, and endurance. Then you will reap not fleeting, but eternal rewards. Restored relationships become firm foundations for generations. Your words carry weight, not from volume, but from truth and love. Your family will become more than people under one roof. They will be a living body united in me. Peace will dwell not only in greetings, but in every glance and breath exchanged. You are not alone. I walk with you. With every step of love, every act of forgiveness, every effort to mend what was broken, you walk with me as I transform your family into my dwelling. I do not ask for perfection, only obedience step by step. From the small seed you sow in faith, I will raise a radiant garden where each family member will find each other again and find me. My beloved child, I know deep within your heart there are empty spaces and wounds still aching. I see memories you try to forget, images stirred anew by a name, a voice, a fleeting memory. I know you don't want to be stuck in the past. You've tried to move on, but some things, sharp words, broken promises, long silence, wear your soul thin. But my child, in your weakest places, I call you to rise, not by your strength, but by my love. Do not let past pain imprison you. Don't let the apology that never came harden your heart. If you wait for others to take the first step, healing may never begin. But if you dare to be the one who opens the door, even with a gentle greeting, a softened glance, a small question, you unlock a sacred door. A door to restoration, miracles, and new beginnings. You may think these small gestures insignificant, but in my kingdom, nothing done in love is small. A soft word can shatter years of silence. A wordless embrace can melt hardened hearts. One trembling step forward can awaken buried hope. My dear child, I have forgiven you far more than you can imagine. Not just obvious faults, but the hidden corners of your heart you've never revealed. I see it all, and still I chose to love you. I chose to forgive you, not once but again and again, not because you earned it, but because my love for you has no conditions. Now I invite you to take that gift of forgiveness and extend it to others, not to prove yourself, but because forgiving frees you. Forgiveness does not mean approving wrongdoing or forgetting the past. It means choosing not to let pain control your life. When you say, Lord, I cannot do this alone, but I give this pain to you, I will act with boundless love. I will start by healing your heart. From there, forgiveness flows, not forced, but like living water soaking dry ground, gentle yet powerful. I don't promise instant results or every door to open at once, but I promise, if you sow in love and act in faith at the appointed time, you will see flowers bloom. Today, your apology may meet silence, but I am working in hearts. You may send a message with no reply, but I am planting seeds. You may pray with no visible change, but every prayer rises like incense before me, breaking unseen chains. Do you believe this? That every step of forgiveness today, though slow and painful, leads to a spiritual harvest your whole family will share? Perhaps you are the first in your lineage to forgive, and your act opens a door for generations. You are not alone. Angels record, heaven watches, and my heart smiles. My beloved child, when I call you to sow life into your family, I'm asking you to love with endurance. Not by your strength, but by the divine words I've poured into your heart. Remember the whispers I gave you in secret, the revelations born through tears and prayers. They were never meant to be kept. They are the bread of life, and I long for you to break that bread daily, hourly, moment by moment to those I've entrusted to you. Nourish them, not just with meals, but with gentleness in your voice. Encourage them when they doubt. Listen when they cannot express pain. Never underestimate the power of a tender word. A single sentence from a heart touched by me can save a soul on the brink. Let your words be streams of water in a dry wilderness, a calming song in their storms. I know there will be hard days, when your heart is weary, when loved ones hurt you, when gratitude is absent and indifference fills the air. But remember, every heart is its own soil. Some have dried from lack of love, others are trampled by misunderstanding and wounds. No seed grows in a day. Growth takes time, and your patience, that quiet, enduring love, is fertile ground for love to take root. Be the first to forgive, embrace, and speak when silence grows heavy. Patience is not weakness, but strength born from me. Choosing patience means loving as I love, not hastily or conditionally, but steadfastly. This love saved you. Now use it to nourish those still thirsty for what is real, even if they can't ask for it. Let your home be more than shelter for bodies. Let it be a resting place for souls. Don't let four walls hold shallow talk or old routines. Fill your space with life-giving words, gratitude, apology, prayer, kindness that soften hearts. Let everyone who enters feel this truth. No matter the chaos outside, when they cross your threshold, genuine love patiently waits for their return. Your home need not be extravagant or flawless. I desire only that my presence is felt in every detail, through forgiving eyes, gentle words, listening silence, and above all, the unmistakable peace from heaven. When you pray within your room, my presence settles there. When you worship, the atmosphere becomes holy. And when you live faithfully and humbly, your home becomes my dwelling place. My presence does not arrive with noise but gently, like morning breeze, like a blooming garden's fragrance. It won't disturb, but transform. Hearts long guarded will open. Souls hardened by pain will soften. Those seemingly far away will return, not by force but drawn by real love. Love that doesn't demand, calculate, or manipulate, but stands firm like a stone foundation. My child, a home need not stone walls to be a fortress. Filled with me, it's an unbreachable stronghold. And you, yes, you, are the gatekeeper. Guard your heart, from it flows life's wellspring. Stay vigilant. Don't let bitterness, anger, or disappointment poison this sacred space. Keep your mind anchored in me so you can pour out the life I pour into you. Each day, you are not alone. Angels move with you. My spirit whispers in decisions. I, your creator, sustain your every step, every word, every act of love. Do not grow weary in good. Don't lose heart if you see no harvest yet. I have promised, and I do not delay, that every seed soaked in love, every gentle act in your home, will bear abundant fruit in my appointed time. My beloved child, I know that in your role as nurturer, caregiver, and guide, some days will feel overwhelmingly heavy. There will be moments when your heartfelt guidance seems to fall on deaf ears. No response, no sign of hope. There will be times when you look into the eyes of those you love, your biological child, your adopted child, or a young soul I've entrusted to you, and feel the crushing weight of helplessness pressing down on your heart. But my child, know this: every seed of truth you plant, every loving reminder you give holds deep value in my eyes. No act, however small, escapes my notice. When you need to correct, remember, it is not anger or disappointment that transforms hearts, but love, true, unconditional, relentless love that breaks through the hardened shell built by past wounds or pride. I do not ask you to overlook mistakes or compromise with what is wrong. Instead, I earnestly invite you to let mercy, the mercy you have received from me, be the driving force behind every correction, every instruction. Speak not to win arguments, but to connect hearts. Choose gentleness over harshness, for a single word spoken from a heart that understands goes further than 1,000 words born of frustration. Have I not corrected you before? Yet not with a rod, but with gentle reminders, moments when I allowed you to face your limits before lifting you up. Do the same, not to prove you're right, but to help others grow in truth and love. They may not understand immediately. You might see defiance or hear responses that weigh on your heart, but don't let their silence stop you from sowing. You sow not for the present, but for a future season. As you sow with words, actions, and daily perseverance, I, who see all things, am working quietly in their hearts. There are depths your eyes cannot reach, but I move in the secret places of their souls, the spaces only I can enter. And if they aren't ready yet, do not despair. Bring them to me, not with blame, but with hopeful intercession. You don't need perfect words, just speak from your heart. Lord, this is more than I can carry. I lay this child before you. Please continue the work I cannot see. Then let it be. Do not wrestle with it in your mind. Let me do what only I can. When you pray, you invite me to intervene. I never sit idle when invited. Through love and faith, You may see them stray. You may witness choices that wound deeply. But do not let those moments steal your eternal vision. Do not see your child through limitations. See them with eyes of hope, the same eyes that looked on you on your broken days and loved you unconditionally. I did not give up on you, and I will not give up on them. If I waited patiently for you when you fell, then you must wait patiently for them. Wait not with resentment, but with prayer and trust. One day, you will witness my promises fulfilled. Those children who once resisted, wandered, and brought you to tears will return. But when they return, it will not be only in behavior. They will come back with repentant hearts. I will set their feet on the right path again. I will guide them, not with abstract teaching, but through real-life situations I have arranged, so each lesson becomes deeply rooted truth. On that day, they will remember your words. They will recall nights you prayed by their bedside. They will remember tears you quietly hid, not wanting to burden them. My beloved, what you sow now, love, patience, faithfulness, is never in vain. Kind words rejected today become guiding lights tomorrow. Every time you forgive instead of punish, love instead of lash out, you plant seeds reflecting my heart. When the season comes, those seeds will bear fruit, not only for their lives but for generations ahead. Do not grow weary, my child. Do not doubt the value of quiet acts of love unseen by others. I see everything. I notice every early morning prayer for your children. I mark every moment you hold back anger to choose gentleness. No tear escapes my notice. I will never let your faithfulness be in vain. You are shaping not only your children's future, but an eternal legacy. A firm foundation built in truth, love, and hope. When your hair turns silver and you reflect on life's journey, you will witness something miraculous. It was in silent seasons, in tear-streaked corrections, prayers without audience, that I wove a miracle of obedience and transformation. You will see your children and grandchildren walking in righteousness, and you will know deep within that it was in secret places, when you chose love over judgment, that life was born. Beloved one, keep doing right, even when no fruit is yet visible. Continue teaching, continue loving, continue interceding, and leave the rest to me. The part only I have the patience, power, and perfect love to complete. For it is I, not the world, who lays the final hand on the lives of your loved ones, and my hand is always one that builds, never one that abandons. My precious child, I know some days your soul feels drained, when life's weight presses on every breath. You rise to long task lists, but carry worries beyond control. Bills unpaid, nameless duties, distant dreams, wounds reopened before healing. Fatigue sinks deep, not only in body but spirit. But my child, when you feel too worn to move forward, pause. Do not try to be strong one more second in your own strength. Sit down, let go, breathe, not as survival reflex, but as holy reminder that you are not alone. As you breathe in, take in my comfort, soft yet steadfast, always near. As you breathe out, release fear, worry, pressure that do not belong to you. I did not create you to be worn down by constant strain. I created you to live, to walk in the ease of one upheld. My beloved, I have never taken my eyes off you, not in joy nor darkness. When exhaustion bowed your head, I leaned down and lifted you with my hands. When words failed to form prayers, I received your quiet sighs as sacred petitions. Today I say to you, you do not have to strive anymore. I am your strength, I am your refuge in the storm. I am the calm within your chaos. Come to me, weary one. You don't need to carry your burdens. You don't need to explain. Just come as you are, with bare heart, empty hands, every weight on your soul. And I, with endless mercy, will hold you close. I will carry burdens too heavy for you. I will soothe pains you cannot name. Piece by piece, I will restore you through the breath of my spirit. Resting is not weakness. No, resting in me is faith. It is declaring, Lord, I believe you work even when I cannot. Resting means laying burdens down, not because all is resolved, but trusting I bring completion in my appointed time. I know you've tried hard. You've done your best as spouse, parent, friend, servant. But I did not call you to be a tireless laborer. I called you my child, the one I love, care for, and long to be with. When you pause and dwell in my presence, you enter true rest, a place where nothing disturbs your soul's peace. Let my love refresh you, a love that judges not, compares not, expects not strength or perfection. This love simply is, present, uplifting, covering you like a warm cloak in winter. Let it dissolve your weariness. Let it seep into your heart's cracks, soothe your mind, and breathe new vitality, gentle yet unshakable. I do not promise no hardship, but I promise, whenever you feel worn and drained, call my name. Not with elaborate words or rituals. A whisper, a lifted glance, a hopeful thought is enough. And I will come, not a moment late. Lean on me, not just in crises, but every day. In each step, every morning you rise, every night you rest. Let me walk with you, not just as helper, but as your source of life, your foundation. Walk with me, and you will see what once overwhelmed loses its power. Within you dwells my spirit, renewing strength, birthing hope, knowing your needs before you speak. Then you will witness a miracle, even in exhaustion. Returning to me, you will be refreshed and become a comfort to others. When your soul is healed, you will bring healing. When comforted, you will comfort. When deeply loved, you will love unconditionally. This path is not easy, but you do not walk it alone. I am here, not distant but near, not waiting for your strength, but holding you at your weakest. Remember this, you may grow weary, but I never tire. You may feel weak, but I am almighty. You may lose your way, but I am the light that never fades. So do not hide your fatigue. Do not pretend strength as if I don't see. Bring everything to me, honestly, openly, and I will do the rest. I will renew, heal, lift, and grant you rest no earthly sleep can give. My child, I love you, not because you are strong, but because you are mine. You will never be alone. Lay your head on my chest. Let me embrace you. Let me write your story, not ending in burnout, but resurrection through unchanging love. My beloved child, take this moment to steal your heart away, for there is a sacred truth I want you to carry deep within your soul. My spirit lives within you, not as a vague idea, but as a powerful reality, a holy presence intertwined with every heartbeat, every breath, every step you take. Through these days of trial, you are never alone, not even for a moment. Have I ever departed from you? No. Even when you cannot feel me, I am there, present, holding you, upholding you with a love that cannot be shaken. I know there are times when your patience runs thin, moments when every longing seems delayed, when answers seem absent, and burdens pile so high you feel like giving up. There are days when your smile hides a heart full of tears, nights when sleep evades you, your mind weighed down by unresolved questions. I see it all. Not a second of your weariness escapes my notice. No tear falls without my keeping. No sigh is released without reaching the depths of my heart. And more than seeing, I understand. More than listening, I carry the weight with you. You were never meant to bear this alone. What feels too heavy for you is never too much for me. The things that cause you to tremble are opportunities for me to show my strength within you. When you feel weakest, that is not defeat. It is heaven's invitation to return and find refuge in my embrace. My child, remember, I never demanded perfection. I do not wait for you to be strong before I come near. On the contrary, it is in your vulnerability, when you cry out, I can't go on, that I draw closest. I come not with judgment, but with open arms and endless mercy. I do not require you to hide exhaustion or mask wounds. Come as you are, with honesty, rawness, simplicity. For in those moments, my spirit works miracles within your heart. Do you know what brings me joy? It is not your victories or eloquent prayers. It is when you choose to return to me, not hesitantly, not calculatingly, but simply because you believe I love you and never turn away a heart seeking comfort. Let me be the place you lay your head when storms rise inside. Let your soul find rest in my gaze, a gaze without criticism, only tender understanding. Even when all doors close, you can step into the shelter of my presence, a space unconfined by time or success, a sacred place where you are free to be yourself. My beloved, there you don't need to prove worth. There you are not defined by achievements or failures. There all you need is to breathe, and I will do the rest. Heal, restore, renew your strength. Perhaps today you walk through a valley where hope's light is dim, where promises feel distant. But I declare it is in these shadows that my glory shines brightest. Do not measure your journey by feelings. Do not judge outcomes by your eyes. Often in silence, I work deeply, transforming, shaping, preparing you for breakthroughs beyond imagination. I know you have prayed long for answers, yet still wait. There are promises you hold that now feel uncertain. But let me remind you, I am never late. My silence is not denial. It is the sacred space where I build something far greater than you asked. I don't want to merely give you desires. I want to prepare you fully to receive them. That takes time. It requires trust. It calls for a heart that waits, not frustrated, but surrendered. My beloved child, I am not just your source of strength. I am strength itself. When my spirit dwells in you, you are no longer limited by your own capacity. You are connected to an endless source of life where faith never fades, hope never dries, and love never withdraws. No matter how empty you feel, I am always enough to fill you. No matter how alone, I am near to comfort. If you ever feel lost, unsure of which way to go, pause. Place your hand on your heart and remind yourself, He is within me. That truth alone can awaken life thought extinguished. I am not a distant flicker. I am a steady flame in your heart, quiet but never extinguished. If you feed this flame with prayer, faithfulness, and trust, it will blaze again, warming what seemed cold. My precious one, once this sacred truth takes root, that I am with you, that my love for you is unshakable, that my spirit breathes within you, your outer circumstances will shift. Your heart, your thinking, your identity will be transformed deeply. You will no longer see yourself through past failures, limits, or shame. You will see yourself through my eyes, eyes full of mercy, hope, and acceptance. When you live in this truth's light, your thoughts will change. Harsh words once stored, whether from others or yourself, will fade, replaced by a voice of life, true worth, eternal love. Like dawn breaking through fog, clarity will come. You are not worthless. You are not lacking. You are chosen, called by name, set apart for purposes greater than you understand. I love you, not for what you've done, but because you belong to me. My love does not waver when you fall, lessen when you doubt, or disappear when you grow weary. It is the solid ground on which you rise after every stumble. Hold fast to this truth, and you will break invisible chains of fear and limitation. Words that made you shrink back, failures haunting your nights, they will lose hold as my light shines within, overpowering every shadow. When you see yourself again, you will be amazed, not because you are perfect, but because you finally see yourself as I see you. Precious, strong, full of potential, wrapped in grace. You will believe no longing is a fantasy. No dream I planted is a joke. Every desire, word, and promise are sacred seeds waiting for their appointed time to bloom and bear fruit. You will realize in quiet moments, when it's just you and me, that these are where deepest transformation unfolds. When you sit still, close your eyes and whisper to me, it may seem nothing special happens, but I tell you in those moments, old mental foundations shake and a new you is formed, one who knows who you are and, more importantly, who has called you. Never underestimate the value of our silent meetings. Not only emotional highs are sacred. In quiet heart openings, when tears fall not for others but for me, when only Lord remains, I shape you into my eternal image. I weave new thoughts, renew every heartbeat, and pour into your soul an identity no longer bound by past pain or others' judgments. My child, remember, you are stronger than you think, not because you always get it right, but because you choose to remain. You remain in my love, remain in my word, Remain in my presence, no matter how the world pulls you away. That steadfastness is true strength, and strength comes not from pressure, but from grace, not from striving to be accepted, but from quietly accepting that I have already chosen and loved you, never withdrawing. Keep walking, beloved, even if you don't understand all, even when lost in fog. As long as you walk in my light, each step is guided, each turn bears a sign, and every decision is illuminated by heavenly wisdom. I don't promise you'll always see ahead, but I promise you'll never walk alone. One day, looking back, you will know it was in silent moments, kneeling alone, weeping in secret, that I worked miracles. You will say, when I was weakest, the Lord gave me strength. You will say, when I was about to give up, He carried me. And you will stand where you thought unreachable, not by your talent, but by my grace and unwavering presence. My beloved child, listen deeply. We are no longer in the same place. We are stepping into a new chapter, a spiritual realm never charted before, where my presence is not distant, but alive in every heartbeat. This is no longer a journey of following behind me. It is a walk of deep union, where every step you take carries heaven's imprint. Child, I am taking you higher, not just in visible progress, but spiritual elevation. Your faith will no longer waver with circumstances, but anchor in my heart. I call you to a place where old patterns no longer fit the new vision, where trust is not built on feelings or evidence, but rooted in my faithfulness and unfailing word. You will sense this, not by dramatic events, but by quiet, subtle changes in your heart. Deeper longings, clearer discernment, silent moments full of my nearness. You will notice prayers shift from desperate pleas to declarations of authority. Your faith will become a lifestyle, an unwavering conviction that I am true and my words shake reality. But stepping into this new place brings trials. I will not say the journey is easy, for with every ascent, the unnecessary falls away. Comforts, plans, control, people you leaned on fade, leaving you to hold only me. And I know this can be terrifying. There will be dark nights when you feel lost without light, days when you question your path or feel alone on an unrecognizable road. But I declare, do not fear. Do not let uncertainty steal trust in your guide. I did not bring you here to abandon you. I did not call you deeper to silence forever. In your hardest moments, I am closer than ever. When you think I am silent, I am speaking. Through peace beyond understanding, silent signs only you perceive. This journey recreates not just your surroundings, but who you are. I deepen our intimacy, pulling you from comfort into full dependence. It is there I reveal my power personally and unmistakably. No longer will you only hear of me through others. You will see, feel, and know, this is my God, the one who never abandoned me. You will see trials do not crush but awaken courage, a holy boldness born of knowing you are not alone. I walk beside you, matching your trembling steps, firm where you doubt. It is my unwavering presence and faithfulness that carry you through what once seemed impossible. Do not underestimate moments of weakness. In breaking, I build you anew, not with past bricks, but with my word, the truth of who you are. In my kingdom, you are no longer dragged by circumstances, emotions, or lies. You are transformed inside out by the truth that I live in you, move through you, and fight for you. You will learn to trust beyond sight, not because you are special, but because you obeyed when unclear. That faith causes heaven to remember your name. It opens gates, turns impossibilities to possibilities, moves mountains. When one child trusts, not by proof but by relationship, my power flows limitlessly. So my child, when winds blow fiercely, do not assume you've lost your way. It may be the sign you near the summit. When all shakes around you, do not panic. It may be the breaking of old chains to make space for new. And when you have nothing but me to hold, know you are exactly where I want you. Because there, I lift you above. You are not alone, not ever. With every step, every prayer, every choice to persist, I am there. Not just a witness, but your strength. Not only a comforter, but a constant companion. Not just sustaining, but transforming you into one. Heaven and earth will say, "This one walked with God." And you, yes, you, are that one. You step into this new season not as an observer, but to seize what I have prepared. Do not stop. Do not turn back. Ahead lies the place where I will reveal my glory through your life like never before. When it comes, you will know with all your heart I have always been with you, and the best is yet to come. My beloved child, when strength drains and legs grow weary, when fear and doubt crowd your mind, that is when I call. Lean on me, not as fleeting comfort, but a holy invitation to my sanctuary, where I am your strength. Not strength of reason or will, but strength from boundless mercy, tireless hands, and unshakable love. There will be days when it seems the enemy wins. When your soul feels heavy with failure, harsh words sting, dreams fade, and expectations fall apart. He whispers lies, "You're not enough, it's too late, all your striving is in vain." But know these are hollow echoes of one defeated when I said, "Let there be light." He may roar, but cannot touch my decree. He may doubt, but cannot destroy what I have chosen. Do not let my silence cause you to doubt my love. Even when unheard and unfelt, I am still at work. Still building, healing, preparing, guarding. Still beside your bed, listening to every sigh, gathering every tear as precious jewels in heaven's memory. Do not let what eyes see hide the greater truth. I am greater than all you face. You are not a fragile soul adrift. You are the one called by name, your name engraved on my hand. No force, failure, betrayal, pain, or death can separate you from my love. My love does not change with emotions or mistakes. It is the unshakable foundation, the eternal covenant sealed by my Son's blood, a covenant that never fades. And child, I know you will stumble. There will be times you cannot stand, decisions you regret, words you wish undone, actions you long to erase. But I do not define you by mistakes. I see you through a father's eyes, knowing your true potential, the potential I planted when I formed you. Even when you feel sunk in shame, guilt, and disappointment, I am there, not distant, but bending low, reaching deep, lifting you out. I am not afraid of your sin's filth. I am not repulsed by hidden shame. In those places my love shines brightest, not just in words, but in redemption's action. I will lift, cleanse, and set your feet on solid rock where no one can pull you down again. Do not let the past declare who you are. What happened cannot define you today. You belong to me. Your true identity is not in titles, success, or others' opinions. It is rooted in what I have spoken over you. You are mine. I have loved you with an everlasting love. I saw you before you were formed in your mother's womb. I loved you before you knew love's name. Now, amid change and uncertainty, I still choose you. Each morning you wake, I wait patiently, not for excuses, but to say, "You are my child, loved, forgiven, protected, called. You will never fall beyond my reach. In my eyes, it is never too late. As long as you breathe, you can return. As long as your heart whispers, I hear. And not only hear, I act. I rebuild crumbled stones, restore the impossible, breathe life into dry hope. I continue your story, not from blank pages, but from pages soaked in tears to create a beautiful ending beyond dreams. My beloved child, right now, not tomorrow, not when you feel ready, but this moment, a miracle begins in your family. Don't wait for skies to split or thunder to roar. Miracles often begin quietly, in a prayer, a simple act of love, a tear only we know. I move there. I do not choose randomly. I do not pick the strongest in the crowd. I chose you, not for perfection, but because your heart is tender before me. Because I see a small flame in you never extinguished, a quiet longing to serve a purpose greater than yourself. From that flame, I kindle a fire that blazes, not only lighting your path, but casting light into your family's darkest places, forgotten corners, cold hearts. My beloved child, I give you power and love not from flesh or effort. It is heavenly power. Power to break chains of wounds, fill gaps made by distance, restore shattered relationships. This love poured into your heart becomes a gentle but persistent force, humble yet strong, enough to awaken the sacred in every family member near or far. I start with you because I want you as bearer of light. I planted divine promises, visions, and hidden desires within you. Now I breathe life into them, not just for you to witness, but to join in. You will breathe hope into ashes, extend forgiveness's hand, speak with gentleness, dare to love even when love is not returned. Every word, glance, embrace, silent presence becomes grace flowing from heaven to earth. Your quiet prayers have not been forgotten. They are like rain softening dry ground for a harvest long delayed. Through you, this harvest blooms in a wounded mother's heart, a once rebellious child's eyes, laughter returning to a silent home. You need not be perfect to be used. You only need willingness. Rise each morning with gratitude, openness, and this commitment. Lord, if you still choose me, I will say yes. From that humble yes, I will do the unimaginable. Those who belittled you will be amazed. Those who abandoned you touched by kindness unexpected. Broken bonds mended, not by reason, but by heaven's love in you. You are the starting point, the first drop soaking barren ground, the whisper softening hardened hearts. From you, I multiply. My love never stops at one, it multiplies, it spreads. This love through you reaches out daily, touching lives, stirring souls, healing buried memories. Do not underestimate what you carry. You may not see immediate change. Your family may not shift overnight, but believe this. All I do is real. Every seed planted through words, deeds, or silent forgiveness takes root. In my season, it will bloom. Not as one flower, but a radiant field breaking curses, erasing walls, healing hearts with love I placed in you. A stream of transformation that will not be stopped, not by circumstance, past, or voices that made you doubt. You are the one I chose, the one entrusted, the one I believe to initiate new life. For this you will not fail. Not by strength, but by my grace, always sufficient. My precious child, pause now. Hear the whisper in your soul. I am proud of you, not for spectacular feats or strength, but because despite everything, you keep choosing love. Despite turmoil, you persevere. Most of all, you return to me when your heart has nowhere else to lean. Keep walking, not by your strength, but the love I pour daily. Let that love guide your steps, words, and choices, especially when uncertain. When you walk in love, unconditional and uncalculated, the impossible begins to unravel. Doors long shut open slowly. Walls thought impenetrable shake. Miracles may not come as storms, sometimes as quiet peace in your soul while chaos rages. I will help you see clearly if you trust me. I know this path is hard. The deepest wounds come not from strangers but loved ones. That's why they cut the deepest. I know you've hoped, forgiven, believed in change. Yet sometimes it feels like you walk in circles, loving without being loved back, striving without results, enduring while misunderstood. When disappointment weighs heavy and harsh words fracture your heart, I call you. Come to me. Lay down silent burdens. I never tire of your prayers. I never reject your tears. Let me be your refuge, a place to rest without shame, to speak truth without fear. When you feel on the edge, ready to fall, I become the wall of strength behind you. When emotions surge, I look with compassion, not disappointment. I understand. I walked among humanity. I was betrayed, misunderstood. I wept with those I loved unseen. So when anger rises, do not hold it. Do not let it burn inside. Bring it to me immediately. No need to tidy your emotions. Bring rage, wounds, frustrations. I will carry them. Touch the deepest pain in your heart and pour in healing streams, gentle and pure. Release resentment, not because others deserve it, but because you deserve freedom. Resentment binds you in bitterness and sorrow. But if you let me replace it with forgiveness, your heart grows lighter, your spirit freer, and peace floods in like a river never drying. My beloved, my peace is unlike the world's. It does not depend on circumstances, but on knowing I reign over all. It does not come from others' perfection, but from assurance that I keep promises, even if others fail. When you release burdens to me, you gain rest no one can take. and I see your quiet faithfulness, gentle words chosen when your heart screams, listening when you want to react, prayers whispered at night instead of giving up. I see it all. I record each act as fragrant offering before my throne. I will not let your love and patience be wasted. On the contrary, from your patience I weave restoration for your family, slow but sure, hidden but powerful. My spirit will be your breath of life, heavenly strength to stand firm in all things. Through my spirit, you receive what the world cannot give or take, patience beyond understanding, kindness regardless of treatment, self-control flowing from faith. I know your patience will wear thin. Hurtful words come, expectations go unmet, efforts overlooked. But in these moments, if you allow, my spirit intervenes. He teaches silence when needed, gentleness when vital, and strength to persevere. He kindles a quiet flame, not loud but steady, glowing from within, so others see I am truly there. My child, when strength fades, remember refuge is not in quick fixes or pushing beyond limits. True shelter is me, arms never closing, heart endlessly beating for you, presence never leaving. You were not made to carry every burden alone. You were not meant to endure pain silently. I am here, entering your battles, not from afar but alongside, carrying heavy loads, catching every tear not fallen, hearing every unspoken groan. When you have nothing left but a sigh or quiet cry, know this: I don't wait for perfect prayers, only sincere hearts. Call my name, even a whisper moves heaven. It's not volume, but faith in calling that reaches me. Call and I answer, not late, silent, or absent. I come with power and mercy to take your hand and lead you through paths you thought impossible. You may not see every turn, but know this: I will never let go. When darkness surrounds and you lose direction, fix your eyes on me. I am the light that never fades, the lighthouse in your storm, the beam piercing despair and doubt. I don't promise smooth roads. There will be rugged places, tears, confusion. But I promise, you never walk alone. No matter the rain, I am your shelter. No matter the storm, I am your foundation. Even if darkness swallows the world, I remain your flame. Not just to survive, but to walk forward in hope and peace. Believe this: my light is for your path and for others, lost, broken, thirsting, to find hope through you. I make you a lamp set high, not to boast but to guide, not to shine for yourself, but to serve. When light shines through your soul's cracks, it is most genuine. Remember, your weakest moments are often when I am strongest in you. When you think you fail, I plant perseverance deep. When forgiveness feels impossible, I expand your heart to love as I love. When weariness pushes you to quit, I draw near to catch you. You are not alone. Never have been. Never will be. I do not only go before you to prepare, I walk beside you to support. When strength fades, I walk behind to gently push. In every position, I never leave. This is my covenant, not inked but sealed in blood and life. Not written on paper, but inscribed on your heart, where every beat reminds you I am here. So my beloved, when storms rise, hold my hand. When tears fall, let them in my embrace. When words fail, be still. I understand, even silence. When you feel at the end, know it is the beginning of something new. I will lead you through storms. I won't just keep you safe, I will teach you to soar. Not to avoid trials, but conquer with heavenly strength and peace. And you will know, not by knowledge but experience, that your God is a mighty fortress, your Savior, your unshakable hope. When all fades, my light remains. When others leave, I stay. When all collapses, I am your foundation. Let my spirit fill you, unceasing, limitless. Keep your heart tender, eyes lifted, soul mindful that you are mine and I am yours. In this truth, you will not just survive. You will rise, step forward, and claim every promise I wrote before time began. My beloved, remember this: the miracle begun in your heart today is only the first drop of an endless river of redemption and power. Each time you return to this place, this channel of my voice, you fan that spark into a flame that will light your path and warm countless others. Subscribe and turn on notifications to receive every whisper sent your way. Leave a comment below sharing the one truth God spoke to you in this message, for your testimony will strengthen another's faith. Share this video with someone who needs to hear that God is moving in their life, because together we rise stronger. Each week we will gather here again to uncover more of His heart, stand watch against the unseen, and walk boldly into the destiny He has prepared. Your breakthrough begins the moment you press play again. Go now in peace and power, and I will meet you here soon. Amen.